this tweet. Judge me by my enemy. It is a screenshot from an article from News Channel 8. I believe this is a logo for CNBC. Florida streamer Destiny sued over cyber sexual harassment court documents, which we will be talking about today. We will be talking about. I'm glad that we finally had a streamer join the ranks of Florida Man. I think it was just about time that streamers started representing the crazy Floridians along with them. Dude, the statement "judge me by my enemies" continues to hold strong. It continues to hold strong. You really can judge someone by their enemies. You really can. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. We already had Nick Merckx for Florida Man streamer. That is true. That is true. But like Nick Merckx hasn't done anything crazy yet. He's done like normal conservative shit, which is like be transphobic. He hasn't had anything like criminal occur yet or any civil lawsuits against him yet, right? So moving on. The article reads, the Florida-based live streamer and YouTube personality known as Destiny was accused of sharing sexual content of a woman without her consent or knowledge. A federal lawsuit filed in the Southern District of Florida on Tuesday alleged that Destiny, whose real name is Steven Bonnell II, sent a sexual video to a random fan who then spread them to various websites. The plaintiff, a Jane Doe, identified in the lawsuit by only by her influencer username Pixie, had a sexual encounter with him in 2020, according to the complaint. The lawsuit that said that Pixie was a wait, I'd like to make the text a little bigger for anyone who happens to be on mobile. Let's see. Lawsuit said that Pixie was a smaller content creator with 15,000 followers on X and 10,000 followers on the live streaming platform Twitch, compared to Bonnell's 840,000 YouTube subscribers and the over 700,000 followers he accumulated on Twitch before his account was banned. Both Pixie and Destiny created politically oriented online content. Bonnell was also accused of sending the sexual video to a fan identified as Rose in 2022. 2 years later, the video appeared on the online message board Kiwi Farms and spread to other sites whose caption listed the video subject as Pixie and Destiny and garnered tens of thousands of views, according to the complaint. Attorneys for Pixie claimed the leaked video went viral across social media. The lawsuit alleged Bonnell admitted to sharing the video in a Discord message when confronted by Pixie in November 2024. And this is the brutal part, okay? Denims, she respects mobile users. Even though you had to respond 5 minutes after I made that statement, I'm trying my best for you guys, man. All right, I am. I get it. I've been there before. It's not good living. On the rare occasion that I have to be on my phone, it's not good living. It's not. I'm still on the waiting screen. Anyways, this is probably the worst part. The quote being used in the Discord. The quote being used is the Discord message where he says, ugh, there shouldn't be. No. Bonnell said when asked if he shared additional videos of Pixie, according to the complaint, I'm so sorry. There's literally no excuse. I'd had phone convos and stuff with this person. They were fairly close to me. It's worthless to say it at this point, but I'm super sorry. There's literally no excuse. I can't believe we get to do this is your lawyer, keep going meme and actually be legitimate here, man. This is your lawyer, Epstein. Keep going. Keep going. As much as you can, just keep going. Keep harassing women on the internet. This will do really well for you in court. Yes. It'll look really good for you in court that you love to harass women on the internet. So just keep going as hard as you can, as long as you can, man. I'm sure a judge and jury will find you to be very innocent. He's doing the Ethan strat of talking when he should shut up. Let's see how it plays out. It's a bold move. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Plaintiff's attorney alleged that she received hundreds of insulting and harassing messages as a result of the leak, and claimed Bonnell's followers discussing the leaks on different accounts falsely claim the plaintiff exchanged sex for professional growth and favors from Bonnell. Court documents said the lawsuit claimed Bonnell also made disparaging comments about Pixie, including claims that she was, quote, just after his money. Which, like, I mean, I know you guys aren't fucking morons, so you don't believe this talking point, but it's literally so nonsensical at this point to pretend like this strategy worked. Like, follower counts and view counts speak for themselves. If this was the strategy, where's the payout? This strategy doesn't work. It's the same thing as when people accuse women that come forward as doing it only for clout. It's never worked before. But surely this time it worked. And it's not, first of all, it's not true. But two, even if it was true, why don't we look at all of the stuff relating to the original Hollywood Me Too movement and talk about the fact that actually that's still bad? Like, it doesn't matter if you're using your power knowingly to exploit women for sex because you're offering them collabs or whatever. Like, that's bad. We saw that with regard to the countless men in Hollywood using their power for sex. This is like, it's always bad because you have so much power in that position that you are you would be bordering on coercion. Or you could be, rather, you could be bordering on coercion when there's that much of like a power difference between people. But it's also not true. Like, this is just nonsense, right? The lawsuit laid out additional complaints against Bonnell, including allegations that approximately 15 women reached out to the plaintiff to tell her that they had received sexually explicit images from Bonnell of other women without the other woman's consent. In the wake of the video leak, last month, Bonnell repeatedly told his followers that his only crime was being too much of a slang term for someone who is deeply engaged in excessive adult X-rated content consumption, sometimes in a compulsive or obsessive manner, according to the complaint. They didn't want to put the word Gooner. me when I commit a crime, Your Honor, I'm just gooning. Your Honor, I should be acquitted, for I am but a gooner. Yes, that is a good legal defense. Famously, gooning makes everything legal and fine and dandy and good and okay. Oh my God. Incredible that the lawyers had to make a legal definition for gooning. And we'll read the lawsuit because I think the lawsuit's pretty easy to get through, and I think it's worthwhile to go through all of it. Denim, what's your thoughts on gooning? Goon safely, goon often, but most importantly, goon legally. Okay. Wouldn't it be better to watch his statement? Yeah, let me watch the known liar make his statement, disparaging the victim, insulting her, releasing more personal images. I think that's a good strategy. Yeah. You're right. I can't see anything wrong with that. No, but keep defending your sex pest, dude. Keep going. For sure, man. For sure. He's only been caught deleting evidence. He's only been caught lying about various women for decades now. He's only been caught leaking information without consent for how many times has he done it now? Do we even know? Do we even have a count at this point? Yeah. Let's hear what the sex pest has to say. That's a good strategy, I think, for sure. Yeah. No, I'm going to read the fucking lawsuit, you moron. I don't give a fuck what you go on Twitter and say. I think a lawsuit holds a lot more weight than, and like official documents presented in court hold a lot more weight than someone making a fucking twit longer being like, actually, I'm based. I think you failed to consider that I can rewrite narratives. Yes. Oh my God. He broke a court order by revealing her name in the live stream she was referring to. She was referred to as Jane Doe. I'm your lawyer. Keep posting, dude. Keep posting. Guys, the sex pest investigated himself and he found no wrongdoing. He's actually just, his biggest crime is that he just cares too much. You know, he's just such a nice guy and he just cares so much. You can trust him. He only shares porn of you without your consent. You can trust this guy. Don't worry. He's a good guy. He's only harassed tens of women before. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. It's just that he goons too much. Oh my God, dude. Is he going to jail? I mean, Cherry said that she filed a police report, I believe. I believe that was her public statement. Let me pull it up. I don't want to misrepresent anything, so let me go look at her Twitter. Yes, she said she would be filing a police report and she would be pressing charges. Did you see the chart Philip DeFranco posted on YouTube? Hassan haters are going to be mad. I don't think I did. You can link it, Chatter. The bot will time you out, but I'll see the link because I'm omniscient. So I know that Pixie is filing a civil lawsuit. I believe primarily because her contention is that, or her issue is that videos of her were shared to other people without her consent. And you guys know Florida's a shithole state. So I presume that criminal charges are going to be really difficult. Cherry, on the other hand, another one of the victims, came out and said that she would be filing a police report and that she would be pressing charges. And her crimes are more severe. And I believe they occurred in a different state. I'm not sure which state. But she was recorded without her knowledge during a sexual encounter. And that's like, I mean, have any of you guys seen the Hulk Hogan case? I know before Hulk Hogan became insane. I mean, I think all of us knew that Hulk Hogan was a little bit insane, but how many of you guys know about this court case? I guess like one's if you know about it, two's if you don't know about it. Oh, okay. So a lot of you guys don't know about it. It was Balea, I think that's how you pronounce it, versus Gawker. It was a lawsuit in 2013. The verdict was delivered in 2016 in a suit professional wrestler Terry Jean Balea. Everybody knows him as Hulk Hogan, okay? Hulk Hogan sued Gawker Media, publisher of the Gawker website, and several Gawker employees and affiliated entities for posting portions of a sex tape with Heather Clem, at the time the wife of radio personality Bubba the Love Sponge. Hulk Hogan's claims included invasion of privacy, infringement of personality rights, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. How long ago was this? I mean, this was like over a decade ago at this point. Prior to trial, his lawyers said that the privacy of many Americans was at stake, while Gawker's lawyers said that the case could hurt the freedom of press in the United States. He sought $100 million in damages. In 2016, the jury found Gawker Media liable and awarded Balea $115 million in compensatory. Oh my God, this is one of those words that your brain just gets fried on. Compensatory. You guys got it. Damages and $25 million in punitive damages. 3 months after the verdict, Gawker filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and put itself up for sale. Gawker Media assets, not including the namesake website, was subsequently sold to Univision Communications on November 2nd, 2016. Gawker reached a $31 million settlement with Hulk Hogan. This is the background of the case for anyone who's still confused or doesn't know what happened. In 2006, Hulk Hogan was videotaped while having sex with Heather Clem. At the trial, he claimed that the videotape was without his knowledge or consent. On the Howard Stern show, he told Stern that he slept with Heather with Bubba Clem's blessing and encouragement because he was so burnt out from the trauma of his coming divorce that he finally gave in to the relentless come-ons from Heather, who kept going down that road. Okay. I don't really care about these people's interpersonal relationships here. I think that that's less important. But the more important part is that he was recorded without his knowledge or consent having sex with this woman. Bubba testified that he burned the video to a DVD, wrote Hogan on it, and put it in a desk drawer. On October 4th, 2012, Gawker editor published a 2-minute extract from the 30-minute video, including 10 seconds of explicit sexual activity. So this guy, this guy recorded it and sent it to Gawker. To publish, which they published. Hulk Hogan's lawyer denied Hulk's motion. Oh, no, sorry. No. Hulk Hogan's lawyer was Charles Harder, U.S. District Judge, denied the motion, ruling that a validity of copyright was in question, given the degree to which Hulk had already put his own private life into the public area, the publication of the video might be protected by fair use. Withdrew his case. He initially tried suing for copyright infringement, which was, not good enough. Later withdrew his case, and then he sued Gawker in Florida state court. His request for an injunction was granted. He announced that it would not comply with the part of the court order requiring the removal of the post and associated commentary because it deemed the order risible and contemptuous of centuries of First Amendment jurisprudence. Gawker removed the video itself, but linked readers to another site hosting the video. So Hulk Hogan tried to file a motion for injunction, basically forcing this publication to remove the video, but that didn't work. And they chose to take it down themselves and just tell people, go watch it somewhere else. The injunction was quickly stayed on appeal and was denied again. And then later, the 6-person jury consisted of 4 women and 2 men. The trial lasted 2 weeks. During the trial, Gawker argued that Hulk Hogan made his sex life a public matter. Although on cross-examination, when asked by Hulk Hogan's lawyer whether a depiction of his genitalia had any news value, former Gawker editor AJ Dolario responded no. Hulk Hogan said that comments made in interviews were done in his professional wrestling career, an online persona different from his own. The court showed a taped deposition where Dolario said that he would consider a celebrity sex tape non-newsworthy if the subject was under the age of 4. Huh? What do you mean by that, man? What do you mean by that? He later told the court that he was being flippant in his response. Anyways, later, the jury delivered a verdict in favor of Hulk Hogan. The jury awarded him $15 million in compensatory damages, which included $60 million for emotional distress. TLDR, the Hulk Hogan case, which I think is pretty semi-relevant here. He was recorded without his consent, and it was published without his consent or knowledge. By the way, recorded having sex without his knowledge. And a court gave him $150 million in damages. Why is Florida a shithole state? It's because the people who run that state. Because the people who run the state. One of the best tweets ever. Me and all my friends at 10 p.m. Ninja Turtle movie brother HH from 2014. Holy shit. Was this taken with a flip phone? Oh, God. Anyways. There are criminal charges against Diddy's lawyer. And by Diddy, I mean Destiny. According to Cherry. But the lawsuit that's currently being talked about is Pixie's lawsuit, which is a civil lawsuit. No, read how he spelled ninja. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. You're crazy. All right. Moving on. Let's see. Quote, the videos disclosed by Bonnell were part of private nature and never intended for public distribution. Defendants' actions have caused plaintiffs serious emotional distress, humiliation, and reputational harm. The lawsuit alleged plaintiff's career as a political streamer has been adversely affected and her aspirations of being elected for office have been greatly diminished. Attorneys for Pixie alleged Bonnell violated a federal revenge porn law and a Florida cybersexual harassment law. They also claimed that Bonnell intentionally inflicted emotional distress upon her and violated her privacy. Lawsuit called for a jury trial to determine the monetary amount, if any, needed to compensate Pixie, as well as a potential injunctive relief against Bonnell, compensation for attorney's fees, and further relief to which plaintiff may be entitled. They reached out to Bonnell for comment on the lawsuit, but we did not immediately hear back. Ooh. Oh man, he didn't hear back. Oh man. Okay, all right. Right, here we go. This is the lawsuit. It's not too long, and most of it is pretty layman. Like, none of it is really that complicated, I guess is the way to best say it. It's written pretty plainly. So I wanted to get through it. It should be pretty easy to get through. Okay. So it is a Jane Doe plaintiff versus Steven K. Bonnell II, defendant. Complaint to the Honorable Court comes now. Plaintiff Jane Doe, by and through her undersigned counsel, and very respectfully states, alleges, and praise as follow. Nature of action. This action seeks to hold defendant accountable for his unauthorized, intentional, and unlawful disclosure and dissemination of intimate images and sexually explicit videos of the plaintiff, thereby causing plaintiff extreme emotional distress, depression and anxiety, and harm to her personal and professional reputation. Plaintiff seeks injunctive relief, compensatory and punitive damages, attorney fees, and any other relief. This honorable court, excuse me. I need to drink more tea, chat. Where were we? This honorable court deems just and proper as a result of defendant's unlawful, extreme, and outrageous conduct towards plaintiff. Plaintiff brings claims pursuant to inter alia, the Intimate Image Protection Act, the Sexual Cyber Harassment Statute, Florida statute, and other Florida laws pertaining to the rights of privacy, public disclosure of private facts, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Court has subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to some law because this action arises under the laws of the United States, including the Intimate Image Protection Act. The court has supplemental jurisdiction over the plaintiff's state law claims pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 13. I'm just going to skip these because it's all just like letters and numbers. You guys can go look at the court documents later if you're curious about any of these statutes. Because they arise out of the same nucleus of operative facts as the federal claims, venue is proper in this judicial district pursuant to, because a substantial part of the events or omissions giving rise to the claim occurred within this district and defendant is subject to personal jurisdiction in this district. Basically just saying this is the right district for these crimes or for this civil lawsuit. Plaintiff Jane Doe is a citizen of the United States, resident of Miami-Dade County, Florida. Plaintiff brings this complaint anonymously due to the intimate and sensitive nature of materials which form the subject matter of the complaint. Defendant Steven K. Bonnell II is a citizen of the United States and resident of Miami Beach, Florida. Factual allegations. Okay, so basically this is the what happened section. Bonnell, known online as Destiny, is a live streamer and political commentator. He has over 840,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. He has a huge following on X, Twitter, Reddit, and Discord. Bonnell had over 700,000 followers on his Twitch channel before he was banned from Twitch in March 2022 due to hateful conduct. Yeah, throw that in. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Sorry, I'm deciding if I want to make fun of a chatter, but I don't feel like making fun of the chatter. I think we're good. All right. Bonnell, okay, we're there. Plaintiff, known online as Pixie, is also a live streamer as well as an influencer. Pixie has 15,000 followers. Let me put this here. That's a better place to put it. Yeah. Pixie has 15,000 followers on X, and on Twitch, she has 10,000 followers. Plaintiff began conversing with Bonnell on the Discord platform when she was approximately 19 years old. Bonnell was approximately 33 years old. which, like, if you guys learn anything from any of these allegations made against Epstein, by the way, you'll note that all of the women that come forward and want to talk about their experience with him, all of them were either 19, 20, 21, or 22. And he was above the age of 30 every time. I mean, I was when I tried to talk to him. It's literally his strategy. He goes for 19, 20, 21-year-olds as a 30-year-old man. That speaks for itself, man. That speaks for itself. Anyone who is a grown adult knows that. They know that there is an insane power dynamic, and that's why 30-year-old men go for 19 to 22-year-olds. Because you're legal, but you're also like, you've only been an adult for like a year or two. So you don't have any frame of reference for like what is normal and what is not normal. It's not, it's weird. It's I'll say it's predator behavior to be a 30-year-old man trying to talk to 19-year-olds. It's predator behavior. That's it. And I mean, he said it himself. There's literally clips of him saying, what the fuck do you have in common with a 19-year-old as a 30-year-old man? What do you have in common with a 20-year-old as a 19-year-old man? That's a child. Approximately 2 years later, on or about September 12, 2020, after multiple conversations about consent and boundaries, plaintiff engaged in sexual relations with Bonnell. Plaintiff was inexperienced, only had physical relations with one other person prior to Bonnell. This was the only time plaintiff and Bonnell had sexual relations. During this one occasion, Bonnell recorded videos of plaintiff and him engaging in sexual conduct. This will be referred to as the videos. Unbeknownst to plaintiff at the time, on or about October 4th, 2022, he disseminated through electronic means one of the videos to a 19-year-old woman using the screen name Rose. Rose was a random fan of Bonnell's on his Discord platform that reached out to him on Discord. He had never met Rose, and despite knowing nothing about Rose and not even knowing her real name, he intentionally shared the video that eventually got leaked with Rose, to Rose, without plaintiff's knowledge or consent. On or about November 29th, 2024, the sexually explicit video of plaintiff that Bonnell had shared with Rose was uploaded to the website, which has been obviously redacted. The video was also shared on multiple other...
He'll settle if he's half as smart as he thinks he is.
The problem is that, like, intelligence has nothing to do with ego, or rather even they're correlated. They're positively correlated. That when you get too much fame and you're smart enough, you get more and more and more ego. This is the same reason that Tectone constantly gets on air and does stupid shit. Which, by the way, like, let me just tell you guys that the shitstorm, Tectone is very lucky that the person that he abused is not more vindictive. Because the shit that he has done, so much of it is illegal. So much of what Tectone has done is illegal. The levels, like, I mean, he's just, first of all, besides the fact that, like, Tectone is, like, lying about everything that he said, and also, he's so obviously a piece of shit. Anyone with eyes can see that the guy's a piece of shit. I mean, who treats a fucking mod like that? That was crazy. That clip of him, like, screaming at and unmodding that poor guy that's been subbed for 40 months, that's been with him for years. Like, that's sociopath behavior, right? But the reason why he acts that way is not because he's smart. It's because he has too much ego. If anything, he just has too much ego just by being really stupid. Which mod? I don't know. We watched like a clip of him being crazy trying to defend Asmongold, and a poor mod had the audacity to say, no, we shouldn't debate the Holocaust. Bad take. And so in Tectone fashion, he was like, time to suck off Asmongold even harder. And then he screamed at his mod that had been subbed for 40 months and unmodded him and called him stupid. Like, that's a crazy person thing to do. That's a crazy, like, that should tell you everything you need. Can you imagine modding for someone for years And you have the audacity to be like, I don't think we should debate the Holocaust. And then you get unmodded and screamed at and humiliated in front of your favorite streamer? By your favorite streamer? Sorry, I'm getting super off topic, but basically, it's ego. It's ego. The reason that these people act this way, it's ego. The reason why, I mean, most court cases end in settlements, and most like legal troubles end in settlements. So this will probably settle before it gets to court. But if he doesn't take a settlement, it's not going to be because he thinks he's too smart. It's going to, because he thinks he's smart enough to beat the charges. It's going to be because he has too much ego. Crazy to have an ego when you can't do your own laundry. Yeah, I don't. Where's Kitty? Right here. He's sleeping. Oh, you can't really see him. Maybe if I make it full screen. He's right here. Worm. He's so cute. Okay, moving on. Oh, this is perfect. He's just barely in frame. Okay, where were we? But it's not illegal to ban your mod or have an ego? Yeah, it's to prove that these people are dumb enough or they have too much ego to recognize when they're losing and when they should stop. It's not to talk about whether or not that shit is illegal. Also, I don't want to get too deep into Tectone because then people will think that this lawsuit is about Tectone and this lawsuit is not about Tectone. This is about Destiny. That was just to prove a point about how ego can blind your judgment and that you should always keep your ego in check. Okay. The video was also shared on multiple other pornography websites, including Redacted. The caption on the video of the different platforms identify both Redacted. Shortly after the video was posted, various friends and random relatives of the plaintiff inform her about the dissemination of the video. Some of the messages are very accusatory. She is shocked, humiliated, mortified by the dissemination of the sexually explicit video.
Needs to take some LSD-FR.
I don't think so. I don't think so, by the way. Not for that guy. That guy would like, I think he would explode. Not that guy. No. No. Okay. Shortly after the videos, as of today's date, the video has been viewed on blank site over 10,000 times. It has been viewed on blank site over 58,000 times. It had at least as many views on other websites, but it has since been removed. It is still on the blank site, but the site does not have a number tracker, so the number of views is unknown, but estimated to be in the tens of thousands. On blank, there were over 10,000 views, but it has since been removed on the evening of 29th of November. So basically this entire section was just to say there are real damages. Here is the number of people who saw this sexually explicit video that was shared without consent. That was shared without consent or knowledge. Here is the real proof of harm. And in this case, just people having seen the video without your consent is proof of harm. Moving on the evening of November 29th, plaintiff sends a message to Bonnell on Discord expressing the horror that he had shared the video of her. She asks him if he sent any additional pornographic videos to anyone. He admits his guilt, responding, there shouldn't be, so there shouldn't be, no. I'm so sorry. There's literally no excuse. I'd had phone convos and stuff with this person. They were fairly close to me. It's worthless to say it at this point, but I'm super sorry. There's literally no excuse. Plaintiff then asks him to delete any and all videos that he has of her. This is to prove that he admitted to sharing that without her consent and apologized for it. The leak of the video goes viral and is being discussed by thousands of followers of Destiny and Pixie on various platforms, including YouTube, Discord, Reddit, blank. I'm going to presume here that this is probably, I don't even want to say it, but like the website that we all know is used for terrible dog shit. That's used explicitly and only really for harassing people. And Twitter X. The plaintiff begins receiving hundreds of insulting and harassing messages. Many of the followers discussing the leaks on different accounts falsely claim that the plaintiff exchanged sex for personal growth and favors from Bonnell, which is nonsense. It's just nonsense. It's so stupid. And all the people claiming this, they will find that there is not a single example of this, by the way. Like, the best that they might be able to muster is that one clip of him saying that he knowingly can use his power to exploit women, which is not a good clip for him to prove this. It also doesn't matter or relate at all to the case, because whether or not this happened, which it didn't, that doesn't justify someone illegally sharing images of you of a sensitive nature to another person without your consent or knowledge. Like, it doesn't. It just doesn't. Plaintiff feels increasingly humiliated, mortified, and depressed, starts feeling suicidal on or about December 11th, 2024. She starts writing suicide notes. Plaintiff messages Bonnell, tells him she is just tired of living anymore. It's a matter of time until my family discovers what happened. I feel like it's the best thing to do for me to kill myself and schedule a post detailing my feelings on what happened and try to ensure a situation like this doesn't happen again. Plaintiff then unfriends Bonnell on Discord so that she cannot receive any messages from him. Without specifics, is there anything behind the scenes you know that reinforces your opinion of this man? Cheddar, do you not know who Epstein is? I'm so jealous. I wish I was you. Sorry, guys, I need food. What are you snacking on? I had some pork buns my neighbor gave me. Mm. Is that sugar on them? No, I think it's like semolina? That's what it's called. On top. Salmonella? No, not salmonella. No. Okay. Moving on. On or about December 13, 2024, plaintiff meets with Bonnell's close friend and business associate, X. Plaintiff tells her about her suicidal thoughts, and she cannot bear the humiliation and harassment that she's enduring, and she wants to ensure Bonnell never does this to anyone, to her or to anyone else ever again. Turner tells her that she will talk to Bonnell and tell him what they discussed. And now, again, anyone with a brain knows that the only reason that victims come out ever is because they're worried that their abuser will hurt other people. This is the consistent reason that victims come out. This is one of the main reasons that victims come out. This is the main reason that established victims come out. This is one of those things that you kind of just know if you're one, a human being with empathy, or two, speak to any women ever. Most women do not want to come out about their sexually violating experiences. because then they become known as the person who did that thing. Pixie in this example, now she is forever tied to Destiny. And there are people who will judge her for having had any relationship with him, despite the fact that she was like, what, 19, 20 when she met him, and he was 33. Right? But she is forever associated with him, and she can never unassociate with him. Why would you ever want to do this to yourself if not to seek some type of reparations and to make sure this doesn't happen to other people? And again, this is like the primary reason. This chatter. Dr. Diddler, as you call it, was confirmed to be innocent in the court of law. So even if he did it, the court said no. Okay, first of all, you clearly don't know what the court case was about. Because he was, in fact, not found innocent in a court of law. The court case was about the payment that was supposed to be made to him for his contract with Twitch. The court case found, if I'm not mistaken, that he didn't violate the terms of his contract, and therefore he should still be financially compensated. Also, the courts didn't say no. I'm pretty sure it was a settlement. Why are you talking about things that you don't know about? I don't understand. Why would you make such a bold claim about something you never even read? Why would you do that? That's such a weird thing to do. The case was about the payment he wanted from Twitch, not about whether or not he did that shit. So bizarre to me. I don't understand these people. I don't. Okay. I gotta get this off the screen. Okay, moving on. On or about December 19, 2024, Turner asks plaintiff if Bonnell has communicated with her or added her back as a friend. Plaintiff responds in the negative. Plaintiff continues feeling depressed and suicidal. The leak of the video is still a viral topic of conversation on multiple platforms, with people making horrible accusations about plaintiff. On the morning of January 20th, 2 videos on YouTube are posted by 2 different streamers discussing the Pixie leak. The videos include screenshots of private messages of the plaintiff discussing the situation with friends, and claims that the plaintiff took hush money, only cares about money, and does not care about other victims of the defendant. These videos have been viewed by thousands, including one which, as of today, was viewed by over 90,000 people. The majority of the posts by people assume that Bonnell shared the videos with Bonnell's consent and knowledge. On or about January 20th, in desperation, plaintiff/Pixie goes online and announces that Destiny shared the videos without her consent or knowledge, and that she will be seeking legal recourse. That same day, Bonnell/Destiny responds on various platforms, including Reddit and Imgur, falsely claims that the video leak happened without my knowledge, consent, or authorization. This claim directly contradicts his November 29th, 2024 explicit written admission to plaintiff that he knowingly, intentionally shared the video with Rose without consent. Okay. On January 20th, right after the plaintiff publicly announced that she would sue Bonnell, one of his followers reached out to plaintiff and told her that Bonnell had sent the videos to her sister about 2 months earlier. The follower informs plaintiff that she believes Bonnell is still sending her sister sexually explicit videos of other women without their consent. Yes, keep going. Keep sending people images without their consent. Yes. Yes. For anyone who doesn't understand, this is basically trying to prove to the courts that Epstein has not changed, and this was not a one-time thing, and he is still doing this. That he did not magically take Vyvanse and become normal. It's that this is a pattern of behavior that he keeps doing, has been doing, and will continue doing until he seeks or until someone seeks legal recourse against him. Also, like, what an insane concept. I can't help but violate other people's boundaries by sharing sexual videos of them without their consent because I have ADHD. I'm literally neurodivergent, have ADHD, and a minor, 33 years old. So I have to do this. But then I took Adderall or Vyvanse, and now I'm normal, except I'm not, and I'm still doing this? What the fuck? Uh-huh. I have all these problems too. I never thought to do anything like this. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. All right. On January 21st, aware of an impending lawsuit and potential criminal investigation, Bonnell starts destroying evidence, including deleting messages between him and plaintiff. On January 23rd, he receives a letter from plaintiff's counsel informing him of plaintiff's intent to sue and demanding that he preserve all evidence. On or about January 23rd, he begins to publicly harass and defame plaintiff. He posts in his group chat called DGG with multiple people that plaintiff/Pixie is just after his money. On or about the 23rd, he also posts on his website and chat that Pixie and the people behind her just want money, so there's no point in going after the hacker. He's probably just some broke loser anyway, so they aren't even mentioning him. Over 1,000 people have potentially viewed this defamatory post. Hey, so like a quick question here, just like a really quick question here. Why did how did the so-called hacker get these videos? Did you send them to someone that you just met and you don't know their real name and you don't know you've never met them in person, you don't know anything about this, just like a rant? I wonder how the hacker, which by the way, they've moved on from the hacker narrative onto something else. Yeah. 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 Just a little advice. Stop sending nude picture of herself. Hey, so buddy, what about the other woman who was recorded without her consent? What about this woman? What do you have to say about her? Oh, no response. Okay, okay. Got it. Got it. No, I got it. You can only add inane bullshit to the conversation. I understand now. Sorry, my bad. Continue. Carry on. Moving to the next section. Bonnell's attempt to divert blame from himself and cast blame on alleged hacker is directly contradicted by his own prior explicit written admission to plaintiff that he intentionally shared the videos, and by his text message with Rose in which he tells her about the video with the young girl that he will send her. Bonnell continues defaming and harassing plaintiff on his website. He implies that plaintiff is trying to milk him and that she is not going after anybody else that might have allegedly been involved in the leak of the videos because she can't, quote, milk as much money out of that target. Potentially over 1,000 people have seen this post. In or around the end of January 2025, approximately 15 women have reached out to plaintiff to tell her that they received sexually explicit images from Bonnell of other women without the other women's consent. Three of these women also tell plaintiff that Bonnell deleted their chat threads after January 23rd, 2025. Sorry, I'm like, can someone translate this for me? My adive still stand is 2 different section, one by him and one by yourself. I guess I don't speak stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know what that says. I think the chatter might have had a stroke. Yeah, or he's drinking at 10 a.m. in the morning. One of the two, man. Moving on. Upon information and belief, multiple women, including Melina Gorson and Stasia, screen names, have recently come forward and publicly alleged that Bonnell had released sexually explicit videos of them without their consent. Upon information and belief, these images were then posted on different pornography websites without their consent. A woman with the screen name Cherry recently found out that Bonnell had secretly made an unauthorized audio recording of their sexual interaction and distributed it to multiple people without her knowledge or consent. He's retaliated against Cherry by publicly posting private messages during a time when she was suffering a mental health crisis. Yeah, I mean, like, again, for anyone who has like any brain cells at all, they understand what abusers do. The goal is to discredit the people accusing you as much as possible. They're crazy. Look, see, this person had a mental health crisis. So don't talk about the fact that I recorded them when we had sex without them knowing and sent it to other people without them knowing. They're crazy. That's a good strategy. Yeah, keep going. It's deflection. All of it is deflection. Just deflection, 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 deflection. All right, moving on. On or about January 23rd, he begins a smear campaign against plaintiff, tells his followers that plaintiff is only interested in getting money from him. Over 1,000 of his followers could have seen this post. He also tells his followers that his only crime was being, quote, too much of a gooner. The word gooner here is slang for someone who is deeply engaged in excessive adult X-rated content consumption, sometimes in a compulsive or obsessive manner. On or about January 24th, another female political streamer talks about Bonnell sharing the video. She informs her followers that Destiny/Bonnell had recorded a conversation with her without her knowledge or consent. She alleges that after their personal relationship deteriorated, he became publicly hostile towards her. And then later he posted to his followers that he has a recording and he could publish it. Then on February 9th, after posting a clip of her talking about his sharing of the video, he retaliated against her by posting private sexual text messages between them to his community chat group. Yeah, this is good. This is good. When women come out against you to say that you did something to them, you should harass them more, threaten them, and then post more private messages. That's a good thing. That's good. This is your lawyer speaking. Keep going. This is going to make you look really good in court. It's going to make you look really, really good in court. Yes. He got so bad they legally had to define Gooner. I'm literally neurodivergent. Gooner and a minor, 33 years old. And again, like, what needs to be remembered here is that this is a 30-something-year-old man consistently targeting 19, 20, 21-year-old women. I understand the desire or temptation to be like, dude, what's going on here? What's up with all these women? You have to remember that these women they've never done content before. They're interested in content. And I know nobody believes it, but like, women appreciate personality a lot. I know, like, unfortunately, like, the 4chan looks maxing people have made people think that women are shallow, but like, if you've talked to a woman, you will know that this is not true. And they get deceived because he's someone who's been doing this for a decade. And he's even detailed how he knows that there's a power dynamic at play. And there's an implication that if they don't send him nudes, if they don't participate, that they won't get his friendship and the things that might come with it. And he abuses that knowingly. I'm assuming it will be settled long before it gets to court. I mean, he doesn't want this to go to court. It's about whether or not he has enough common sense to recognize that his ego is taking control of him. But I mean, I think going to court, it sucks because going to court would mean that it would take a lot longer. And I feel bad for the victims that have to deal with that and have to relive a lot of trauma through a court system. But Discovery's a bitch. And I think there are too many videos of him doing fucked up shit that I can't imagine a jury that would rule in his favor. Like there's sorry, he's literally on camera saying that he likes women who have mental health problems because they're easier to have sex with. Like what do you think a jury is going to say when they see that? What do you think a jury is going to say when they see a clip of somebody saying that? And then they see a clip of somebody saying, yeah, I know I have a power imbalance here and I can abuse that. That it isn't just like, I just wanted to have sex and goon, but that you have an understanding of how your power can corrupt and you're aware of that fact. He's probably going to claim his online persona is just a character or something dumb. Yeah, I mean, Alex Jones tried that. It didn't really work. He lost InfoWars and what, $1 billion? Just because you have an online persona doesn't mean that you are not going to be held accountable. All right. On or about January 26th, Hannah Brooke, a follower of Bonnell, contacted plaintiff and informs her that even after the video was publicized on November 29th, Destiny offered to send the videos to her. A few days later, another follower posted Brooke's direct messages with Bonnell. After the messages go public, he deletes his messages with Brooke in an attempt to cover it up. What this is saying, by the way, chat, I don't know how many of you guys saw this. This is after Pixie has already claimed that she will sue him. This is after she made her give, send, go and claimed her intent to sue him. He was still sending people messages saying, hey, do you want to get this video? You want me to send you this video? A good defense attorney would try and object that being presented to the jury as prejudicial wouldn't matter anyways because all that shit's online and the jurors can just Google his name. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're almost done. Let's finish up here. Defendant has admitted that he disclosed the video to Rose and that there is evidence that he also disclosed it to other people without the plaintiff's consent. The defendant could have and should have expected that the videos would then be publicly disclosed and disseminated to hundreds of thousands of people online, which is exactly what foreseeably occurred. On January 30th, 2025, Destiny/Bonnell admits that he has been actively deleting evidence of his wrongdoing, specifically his messages with multiple women who have claimed that he shared sex videos with them without the participants' consent. On or about February 8th, 2025, he posts on X that he agrees with another post that claims that plaintiff is extorting him. We're just really using these words loosely. You wanting to sue someone is now extortion. You do something illegal, they tell you I'm going to sue you, and now that's extortion. Okay. You know, you're legally allowed to have financial compensation for harm done to you. That's not extortion. That's just the judicial system. He's also now committing defamation. I mean, he's also encouraging harassment, right? By pushing whatever narratives he can against her. Extortion equals financial restitution, precisely. On February 9th, 2025, Bonnell makes another defamatory post on X telling his followers that plaintiff only cares about getting money from him. He also informs all his followers that the video can still be seen on blank. This post has over 1 million views as of this date. So you've been actively trying to protect the victim, except for this one instance where you posted on Twitter telling people where to go see it. Dude, I know his lawyer's pissed, man. I know his lawyer is pissed. The videos disclosed by Bonnell were part of a private nature and were never intended for public distribution. Defendant's actions have caused plaintiff serious emotional distress, humiliation, and reputational harm. Plaintiff's career as a political streamer has been adversely affected, and her aspirations of being elected for office have been greatly diminished. Plaintiff adopts and re-alleges the allegations set forth in paragraphs 1 to 38 as though fully set forth herein. Defendant knowingly and intentionally disclosed the sexually explicit videos without the plaintiff's knowledge or consent in violation of X statute. Plaintiff is identifiable in the videos. The videos have been viewed by thousands of people and continue to be viewed by thousands. The leak of the videos by the defendant and plaintiff's role in the videos has been discussed online by thousands of people. As a direct result of the defendant's conduct, plaintiff has suffered extreme emotional distress and harm to her reputation. All of the above actions of defendant violated X statute, and accordingly, plaintiff is entitled to A, preventative and injunctive relief, requiring defendant to delete the videos and barring him from any further disclosure of the videos. Actual damages in an amount proven to be proven, or alternatively liquidated damages in the amount of $150,000, whichever is greater punitive damages, and D, reasonable attorneys' fees and costs. And then we have here, plaintiff adopts and realleges the allegations set forth in paragraphs 1 through 43. We're almost home stretch here, chat. As above as though fully set forth herein. And then it talks about the statutes and the particular legal violations. Provides a statutorily created private right of action, defendants knowing and willful dissemination of sexual explicit videos of plaintiff to other people through electronic means without the consent, in violation of her expectation that the videos remain private, constitutes sexual cyber harassment under Florida statute X. Defendant acted intentionally and or with reckless disregard for her rights, causing plaintiff to suffer damages. Defendant shared the video for no legitimate purpose. Tens of thousands of people have viewed the videos on different platforms. Tens of thousands of people are aware and have engaged in public online discussion with defendant about the videos and about plaintiff. As a direct, natural, and proximate and foreseeable result of defendant's actions and violation of 784049, plaintiff has suffered damage to reputation, emotional pain and suffering, mental anguish, anxiety, loss of dignity. She seeks injunctive relief, requiring the defendant to destroy all videos, stop disclosing the video, and cease harassing plaintiff. Seeks statutory damages as per Florida statute, or alternatively, actual damages for emotional distress, loss of income, medical expenses, and other damages. Plaintiff seeks attorney fees and costs pursuant to Florida statute. Plaintiff also seeks punitive damages in an amount no less than $1 million. Yeah. And then it continues. None of this is like new information. We all know this stuff. But like, defendant's actions were so extreme and outrageous, they go beyond all possible bounds of decency and are intolerable in civilized society. I don't think in like a normal universe, you as a normal person would be sending other people videos of somebody else doing a sexual act without their consent first. Like, you're an insane person if you're doing that. If you're sending people videos that they could easily just leak if they feel like it, like, you're a crazy person to just randomly just do that without consent, which is what this is basically saying. And then it continues. Plaintiff adopts and realleges the allegations set forth, paragraphs 1 through 59. Defendant publicly disclosed private facts concerning the plaintiff that were not of legitimate public concern, including the sexually explicit videos, without her consent. And defendant continues to do so to this day. Basically, just for no particular reason, he is continuing to harass her or not for a not very good reason. He's continued to harass her and publicize more information that doesn't need to be publicized. And then just talking about the fact that it's been viewed by tens of thousands of people, that the videos would be highly offensive to any reasonable person, including the plaintiff, and that the defendant acted intentionally and with reckless disregard for their well-being. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole lawsuit. Then it ends with requesting judgment against defendant for the previously stated things, and to be awarded some sum of money that is fair. And I just have to say, dude, I think the lawsuit speaks for itself, man. I think it speaks for itself. I don't know how anyone is still defending sex pestiny. I don't get it. It's bizarre to me. It's so bizarre to me. I don't know what you think would absolve this creep. You have to be so detached from reality to start sending videos of other people having sex without their consent or knowledge to random e-girls on fucking Twitter or on Discord. That's insane. Like, that's so crazy. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. It's a bunch of dudes like Tectone that are defending him. I mean, I don't even know if Tectone is defending this guy. This doesn't look good. It looks really bad. Eve Braun and some of the high command were in there in the bunker till the end. So it shall be with sex pestiny. It's just, man. From my interactions with this community, many of them are also self-absorbed hedonists. They're defending themselves. I mean, sure, it's also like sunk cost for a lot of those people. Imagine finding out that your favorite streamer, like, this is the only stream you like watching. Imagine you only have one stream you like to watch. It's my stream. And then suddenly everyone's shitting on your favorite streamer. You want a reason to be able to keep watching them. Like, you've already excused so many things at this point. What's one more? You excused his sexual misconduct with this woman and this one and this one and his bad behavior with this one and this one and this one and this one. Like, what's one more to the list, right? What's one more? It's like finding out Denims like Abraham. Yeah. Separating the art from the artist. It's just insane. It's just fucking crazy. I mean, I think it's comparable to like the Trump MAGA freaks. The sunk cost fallacy, admitting your favorite streamer sucks, also admitting that you suck for liking them. I mean, I don't even think that necessarily means that you suck for liking them. It means that you have to go find a new streamer. But you don't want to go find a new streamer. You have a stream. You have a home you like. It's like finding out you have to move. Who the fuck wants to move? Moving sucks, dude. This lawsuit is pretty anti-Semitic, TBH. Just because he supports Israel? Seriously? Crazy. Ethan Klein be like...
Shit on Denims for lack of denim on, really mad.
I'm surprised Ethan Klein didn't do that with his lawsuit. I'm being sued genuinely just because Ila's from Israel. No, Fellini, please. You only suck if you continue to defend that streamer? Yeah. Then you suck. Then you do suck. There's a solid chance he tries to say that. Just give him time.
I've learned a lot from this Steambo, and now I feel like I should take down that clip of you going back to the buffet a third fucking time. Anyways, follow me on our /badmanners for more DNM balls, DNM buffet shade.
Oh,
Mayor Cat, can I please have my account back? I will give you those imported treats.
All right, hold up. I'm not joking, guys. I have like 20 tabs open. It's just like a billion tabs. I think I've closed almost all of them. Recently, I think I've seen that Epstein has tried to claim that, well, Pixie was also sending videos, so that means that it was okay that he was sending videos, which, first of all, he assumes that she didn't have consent for the videos that she sent, which is wrong, by the way. That's not the case. She had to, it's sad that she's even had to make this statement because, like, it's not a good argument to claim that there was implicit consent. That's just not accurate. But he's tried to claim that she's committed the same crime that he has, which means that it was implicitly implied that he could share her stuff without consent. And that's not even how that works, by the way. First of all, that's not how that works. But she's explicitly had to say, no, actually, everything that I've sent, I had explicit consent for, because he brought up the fact that she sent him videos, except she had consent to send those videos. And this is one of those things, like, where the burden is on the person that is sending, not the other way around. And you shouldn't just assume these things. Like, those are crazy things to assume, right? He's going for the double standards defense? Yeah. Well, no, he's trying to complain that, like, there was implicitly implied consent that I could share it with whoever I wanted, which is not true because he apologized. He apologized for sending it without her knowledge. Like, it's just, first of all, not true, but regardless, one, she did actually have consent. Two, the responsibility is on the sender, not the receiver. The receiver shouldn't make any assumptions that they can start sending stuff. Three, there is a massive difference between sending something to an established content creator that's been around for a decade and sending something to a random person you've never met before who you cannot hold accountable for their actions. When someone is a public content creator, they are held to a higher standard, and there are actual ways that you can hold them accountable because they are public people. It's kind of like mutually assured destruction. This is why, like, a lot of streamers and a lot of content creators, they might have personal beef with other content creators, but they're not gonna suddenly start airing out all their dirty laundry because it's just not worth it. It's stupid to do that, right? It's sort of the same, like, you have so much to lose as a content creator that you have to act more responsibly. A random person on the internet that you've never met before, that's crazy. That's an insane thing to do, to send something to some random person you've never met before. It's also not, again, a legal defense. This person, I think that this person did it, so it was okay that I did it. That's not a legal defense, right? But this is like a common sex pestiny strategy. It's to justify his actions by claiming that this person was worse and more evil, and it was fine for me to do it because they would have done it, and all this other stuff. He's done this fucking song and dance 100,000 times, and he's gonna keep doing it because it's one of the only ones that he knows how to do. But it's not a legal defense, and it's not a good defense either. One, because she had consent. And two, because the onus would be on the person sending, not the person receiving, to make some assumption about consent. Very similar to, like, if you go to a bar and someone starts hitting on you, it is not your responsibility to be like, are you single, by the way? I just need to make sure that you're not cheating on someone else. That is not your responsibility. That would be a crazy standard to hold yourself to. It's the responsibility of the person who is currently in that relationship or not in a relationship to make that decision. You hold the person that you're in a relationship with accountable, not some random person that doesn't know anything about you accountable. This is why, like, when people tried to spread the Moon is cheating on his wife thing or whatever with this other chick who's cheating on her husband, it didn't make any sense because, like, what did you want Moon to do? Reach out to her and be like, hey, I just need to really make sure that your husband's okay. Is he cool? Is your husband okay with it? Should I message your husband? Like, that's weird. That is a weird thing. That's not like something that normal adults would do because that's not your responsibility to do that. That's not, the onus is not on you there. In that instance, you are like the receiver. You don't have to You don't have that responsibility. It's the person who is engaging in the behavior that has a responsibility. And when she had the responsibility, she received consent to share the videos that she shared. And when it was his responsibility, he did not receive consent to share them. Wait, what happened with Moon? I guess you missed the pooping segment. From the outside looking in, isn't that you were bad, so it's all fair game, normal morals here? What the hell are you talking about? Huh? I've never met a leftist that said that ever. I'm pooping. Yeah. I don't know. This whole thing goes really hard if you're stupid. Stop. But anyways, yeah, she had consent because that's what normal people do. When they want to send footage to other people or pictures with other people, they get consent. And it's an insane thing to say, well, I just assumed that she didn't have consent, so I started sharing videos without her consent because I assumed that she didn't care and she was giving me implicit consent to share. Like, what the fuck gymnastics are we doing here? What? Huh? That's an insane thing to say. That's a crazy thing to say. But anyways, yeah, that's the whole story. I think if you are still defending sex pestiny, I think you really need to take a hard look inside because this is not, your guy's kind of a piece of shit. And by kind of, I mean like a huge piece of shit. And there's a reason so many people hate him. It's not because he's based. It's not. It's because he's a piece of shit with no care about anyone else. He doesn't care about anyone else. He's never cared about anyone else. He only cares about doing what he wants to do. And if he gets in some trouble on the way there, whatever, it's more content for him. If so many people are calling your favorite streamer a terrible person, maybe they're a terrible person. Maybe when there's a lawsuit filed against your favorite streamer, you should double check your opinions.